everyone! So today's video is going to be a full review as well as my first impression from 2 weeks ago on the two new Covergirl Bombshell products. So the first thing I have is this Bombshell Intensity Liner, and it's a felt tip, which I usually don't like, but I've been wanting to try some new eyeliners because I've been using the same one for like a year and I really love it, but I just kind of want to branch out and see if there are any that I would like better. The other thing that I'm going to be trying is the new 2-in-1 Bombshell Volume by Lash Blast Mascara, and I saw my friend Karen do a first impression on this mascara. I'll link her first impression below. I always use more than one mascara when I'm doing my lashes anyways, so I thought that this would be kind of cool if I really liked both of them together, that I wouldn't have to carry around more than one mascara with me, especially for traveling and stuff. So I don't have anything on my eyes right now at all, just some concealer and like regular face powder on them to match the rest of my face, but let's just get started. I don't know if it untwists or what. I can't really open it. Okay, how do you open this? Okay, first impression, I can't get this open, so, okay. At least it's closed really tightly, so I guess it won't, like, dry out, but, like, dude, I cannot get this thing open. Oh, I got it. Okay, so it does unscrew, but it's really difficult to unscrew the first time. This is the eyeliner. It's just a regular felt tip. It looks pretty moist and it like shakes inside here, which I like because a lot of the other felt tips I've tried have been like straight up markers and you can't like get them going again if they dry up a little bit. So then let's open the mascara as well. I got it in Very Black, which again was the darkest. And this first side that you use is supposed to volumize and the second side intensifies. Let's just look at the two different brushes. Here's step one, which kind of looks a lot like the regular like Lash Blast volume. I'm gonna get that out. As you can see, the brushes are like almost identical, I would say. Like they're pretty similar. But the formula does look a little bit drier. This is the second brush. It's definitely more, like this one's more of a fiber brush where the other one was plastic, and this one is like a little slimmer, and I would think of this as more of like a lengthening kind of brush. Let's get started with the eyeliner. I'm gonna shake it to start with. Once again, here is the tip, if it will focus. I normally start from the middle and I do little tiny strokes right along the lash line, so that's what I'm gonna try to do with this. If I can't achieve this with this eyeliner, then I don't think I'll like it. Let's try this. It's very pigmented. Okay, so first impression, it's easy to apply, especially if you're a beginner, I think. I did kind of get like a little bit of a bumpy line going on. Felt tip doesn't have any give to it, and I'm used to using a brush tip, which you can kind of like shape around your eye. So I'm not used to using that, but I think if I had a little more practice, it would be better, but this is very pigmented. Now I'm gonna get started with the mascara. Obviously I'm gonna start with the number one side. Okay, so that's one coat of the number one mascara, and I think it looks really nice actually, or does remind me of the Lash Blast Volume. It's a bit drier of a formula like I was thinking it would be. So I'm gonna go in with a coat of the number two now, which is supposed to be the, what do they say, the intensifying. Okay, so here's after a coat of number two. I'm not in love with how this looks. I don't know, I feel like they're kind of falling. I made a little bit of a mess on my lid, and I have kind of like a sparseness right here. I think like an eyelash fell out and now it just looks weird. I'm not super impressed with it. I think it's kind of messy. I got a ton up here and that usually doesn't happen to me, and I don't know if it's because I'm filming or if it's just the way the mascara is. To the touch, they still feel pretty sticky and like lightweight. I think it's more of a natural look. I would expect to combine two mascaras and make a really bombshell look, and I think Karen said the same thing in her video. It just isn't as like intense as I was kind of expecting. Okay, so after using these both for the past couple weeks, it was kind of more than 2 weeks this time, but I have definitely formed some opinions about these guys, so I'm going to talk about the mascara first. Now, the step one, like I mentioned in my first impression, is pretty much exactly the same as the regular Lash Blast mascara, and like same wand and stuff, but it's got a drier formula. So for me, I don't really like dry formula, so I haven't really been reaching for this at all. So step 2 is kind of your classic brush, and it's kind of more lengthening, I guess. So I've been using this step 2 in my normal like mascara routine. I have been coating the backs of my lashes with this because it's got a pretty skinny wand, and then I go in with my L'Oreal Lash Out Butterfly on the top of that, and it gives a really nice effect. But I haven't been using the step 1 and 2 together because it just doesn't give me the effect that I like to have on my lashes. I like really bold, really thick, really dark lashes. So for me, this wasn't really worth it. I already have the Lash Blast Volume in the regular formula, so I don't think it's really worth it unless you like drier formulas. Then I think you would really like this. Not horribly unhappy with this, but I don't think I'll repurchase it. I know I won't repurchase it. And then as for the liner, at first I really liked it. If I'm not using a lot of eyeshadow, if I'm doing kind of more of a bare eye with maybe just a dusting, then I really love this liner. It goes on kind of easy, I guess. I'm used to a brush tip. You guys know I love the Physicians formula. So for me, this was kind of weird to work with. The only thing is, if you're going to use this over like a lot of eyeshadow, it will start to kind of clog up the felt tip and it'll start to dry out. So what I've been using this for is kind of like touching up. Since it is nice and small, I keep this like in my makeup bag, and if I curl my lashes and some of the eyeliner kind of gets pulled or like it gets covered up with eyeshadow or something, or it just is kind of fading, which usually doesn't happen, but sometimes it kind of will. So I will go in with this one and kind of touch it up. I think on the packaging they said it was supposed to last 24 hours, and it definitely does. It's pretty hard to get off at the end of the day. Don't think I'll repurchase this because it's not really necessary for me to have. Final thoughts on these two: they're not bad products, but for me, they're just not my favorite, so I don't think I'll be repurchasing either of them, but I will continue kind of working them into my eyeliner and mascara routine just because they're not terrible, but they're not my favorite. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter so I can check out your guys' accounts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.